Welcome back. So, a plus in your books for the president and why he deserves to be re-elected. What else?
There's quite a number of. Let me take it. This country being a signatory to the MDG, let me take it along the line of MDG. Because
so this is the Millennium Development Goals.
Yes, Millennium Development Goals. Let me take it along that line. If you look at the issue of the first goal said, fighting extreme poverty and hunger. If you look at that, the critical component of that is agriculture. From the time of Green Revolution of Shagari to Operation Feed the Nation, till date, no government have paid attention. Jonathan's government have paid to agriculture.
Okay. I have heard talk about the fact that something has been done to the fertilizer cartel, for example, so that farmers are able to have access to fertilizer easily and without the difficulties that used to take place before. What else, in terms of agriculture, has this government done?
No, let me tell you. Apart from fertilizer, they've put in about 400 billion naira to support both the small and commercial farmers.
What sort of form has that support taken? I'm looking for specifics.
Quite a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
When I was the governor, I know that my state received almost 2 billion, which went to the small farmers.
Direct cash allocations?
Yes.
Okay.
And that has increased. In fact, before I left, their production have doubled. And the result is clear. This is the first time it's happening.
In this campaign, corruption has become a big issue, with a number of commentators and observers saying that the performance of this particular government when it comes to tackling corruption has been less than spectacular. What are your thoughts about how the president has done in terms of trying to deal with this problem?
Well, let me start by telling you, yes, that has been the opposition's, in quotes, biggest issue, especially trying to showcase their candidates as not corrupt. And I agree with them. Respected elder statesman General Buhari cannot be said to be a corrupt person in terms of Nigerian corruption. Just like you can say the same thing about President Jonathan himself. But Buhari's personal integrity does not translate to APC party integrity. The number one ingredient of corruption is greed. The most greedy people in Nigeria are domiciled in APC. And what is the ingredients of that? Personal acquisition, trying to ensure that your wife is the vice president, their children are the senators, they are these. These are ingredients of corruption. The best way to fight corruption globally is through institutionalization of governance processes. And if you watch look at what have happened in fertilizer that me and you used. Look at what have happened in pension, ghost workers. And you can see that Jonathan's government is on track to institutionalize the governance processes, which will automatically hit corruption.
Are you seriously telling me that corruption is not an issue in Nigeria?
No, it's an issue. But it's an issue that the way people, or the way we're saying it today, everything is being blamed blamed on Jonathan. I was talking about specific things. I have not finished. Let me tell you, under this government, between 2011 and 2013, over 70% of quoted companies doubled both in size and in profits. Doubled both in size and in profits. When Jonathan started, we are net importer of cement. Today, we are net exporter of cement. When Jonathan started, Pigeon Automobile of Nigeria, Vaughan, and Namco were collapsed. Today, they're all up and running, including new ones like Innocent and Co. coming on board. Nobody was assembling or manufacturing vehicle in this country when Jonathan came into office. Today, the story is different. You can now drive vehicles made in Nigeria. The vehicles I'm using the East is made in Nigeria, manufactured by either Innocent or Nissan. That wasn't there yesterday. The last time I saw train in this country, my sister, was as a student in Nsukka in 1982. I was on board a train from Port Harcourt to Enugu in December. I can go on and tell you areas where this government have worked to resuscitate and to improve the economy. What happens in Nigeria? Let me tell you the problem. As I started telling you that I'm a businessman. What happens in Nigeria is that if you make 1 naira and suddenly you lose 30 kobo or 40 kobo, you don't throw everything away and say, oh, no.
Okay, so essentially, let me try and understand what you're saying. Essentially, you're saying to me is that people should vote for the president again because even though things are bad, they're not a complete disaster.
Completely.
Let us take a break. When we return, we speak about what President Jonathan has to offer the Southeast specifically and the Indibo in particular if they elect him for a second term. Don't go away.